Hello and welcome to what I call my bonus episode. These are stories that don't necessarily fit, quote unquote, fit with the topics I normally talk about here, and you'll see what I mean when I start putting out more content. So, welcome to the very first bonus episode of Mind Over Wonder. Without further ado, let's get into it. Today, I'll be talking about Season 3, Episode 20 of Golden Girls and Mom Makes 3. Originally premiered on NBC on February 20th, 1988. To quote the summary from IMDB, Sophia, depressed over the departure of her best friend, becomes a third wheel in Dorothy's promising relationship with a new boyfriend. So, first things first, I'm a big fan of the show. I have seen the series on rotation multiple times and am currently rewatching it on multiple networks and one streaming service. I also just recently joined the Golden Girls group on Reddit. And although I don't engage in the discussions, I definitely go see if anyone thinks the same way as me when it comes to certain talking points, because after watching the series multiple times and for so long, you begin to question some antics and notice certain things. And I'm happy to report, for the most part, Redditors have the same opinion as me when it comes to this episode. Now, after rewatching this for the first time in a long time, it's not as bad as I thought, but it ain't great either. I still have the same opinion. Like I said, the story is literally what I read prior, with the side story having to do with Rose and Blanche competing for chairman of the Tinkerbell fashion show. Don't get me wrong, I'm always engaged in both A and B stories. This one was no different, but when I tell you I couldn't care less about Rose and Blanche shenanigans, no, I was too focused on Dorothy and Sophia. I'm like, I don't have time for that. I have any focus to understand clearly what I just heard, what I'm hearing. So the story. After her best friend Bernice moves away, Sophia is feeling down and out. But honestly, she is not coming off as being depressed. No, she's just coming off as a straight bitch. I'm sorry to say that. I'm sorry. And it really is. Rose is offering to make her breakfast. Sophia, trying to cheer her up, And Sophia's just talking shit. Like, oh my God. And her excuse being that she's lonely. So Rose is like, girl, if you're so lonely, just go make new friends. And Sophia, and I want y'all to keep this in mind, in response, tells Rose, quote, "It's not easy making new friends," end quote. Okay. Dorothy and Blanche join the two for breakfast, and Dorothy is going on about her new blooming romance with Raymond. Sophia chimes in, telling her, quote, "If you don't want to ruin this relationship, don't sleep with him," end quote. And I'm just like, God damn, girl, chill out. Go for a walk, touch some grass, smoke some grass, like do something with your negative ass. Like, I cannot. It's just so damn mean. I'm sorry if I feel like I'm yelling in here, because like I'm telling you, I was hooting and hollering with this episode. And I just right off the bat, she's like on fire in the beginning, y'all. Like, I just couldn't keep up. I was like, oh my God, like that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you do not look like you're depressed. You just look at me, and Bernice probably left you for a reason. She probably couldn't wait to leave. She probably didn't care about her leaving. She probably didn't care about you, Sophia. Bernice did not think twice about you, girl. Back to the story. Dorothy acknowledges her mother feeling lonely, and this is where Dorothy messes up, because I would have tossed her ass in a senior citizen activity group right off the bat. No, instead, Dorothy invites her on a golf day with her and Raymond. I'm also like side-eyeing Sophia, because Sophia, who was just talking mess about this blooming relationship, she does not like She doesn't say like, oh no, Dorothy, like, no, you enjoy your time with with your new boyfriend, and I don't want to interrupt. No, she hops and goes with them. And I'm just like, okay, girl. So, now I'm paraphrasing this episode. So let me know if I miss anything or like miss some points. So weeks pass and Dorothy's relationship is still going strong, but Sophia tagging along is starting to take a toll, to the point where Dorothy sends her mom away so she and Raymond can be alone for once. To which Rose is like, oh my God, how could you do that? That's not right. Just go tell her how you feel. And I agree, but at the same time, I'm like, Rose, you go hang out with Sophia then. But then again, I wouldn't want to be bothered by her negative ass either. Rose is like, listen, I'll give you some tips, but I would not contribute myself. Like, I would not take that little old biddy on myself. But Dorothy folds and invites Sophia after she shows up early, intervening between her and Raymond. So Sophia pops back up later on that day and joins them for dinner after Dorothy invites her. Later on that night or the next day, I'm assuming, I can't really remember, Raymond wants to take Dorothy away to the Bahamas. Sophia hears this and is like, hell yeah, let's go. And I'm just like, girl, ugh. Sorry, just snapped my finger. I'm like, girl, Sophia, like, ooh. Later that night, Dorothy expresses her concerns about having her mom join this romantic getaway and is planning on canceling altogether. And this part was funny because Blanche was just like me. She said, I wouldn't have not invited her from the jump. I'm like, yes, exactly. Like, just like this, like you wouldn't have been in this mess because I'm telling you, I would not invite her. And I'm like, absolutely, Blanche, you're absolutely right. And kind of lost track. So yeah, I agree with Blanche. And this scene ends with us finding out that Sophia was eavesdropping, resulting in her getting popped on the nose by a swinging door by Rose. And I'm like, good. That's what you get, Sophia, for listening in. The next day, Dorothy goes to confront her mom about the other night when she sees her packing. Sophia tells her that she's packing not for the trip to the Bahamas, but Cancun. Yeah, she met new friends at the center and they invited her to a weekend getaway. And Dorothy is like me at this moment because we're both like, how and when did you meet these folks? Because as far as we know, Sophia has been up Dorothy and Raymond's ass these past weeks. So like, girl, when did you have time to meet these people? Like... So anyway, Dorothy's like, cut the shit, Ma. I know you heard me complain about your ass. Now you put it on this front to make me feel bad. Sophia, which, by the way, does not sound convincing about this trip at all. And side note, a Redditor pointed this out, and I was like, yeah, that's so true. Sophia does not sound convincing. Like, she does not sound enthusiastic about going on this trip. She was just like, yeah, I got invited to this trip. And I made some new friends. And because either other time she was going somewhere, throughout the series, if you notice, Sophia's very like, I'm going on this trip, I gotta get ready, I gotta do this. Like, she's very like, anything that she's doing, she's very like, I can't wait, I gotta do this. Like, that's her main goal. But this time, I don't know if it's like a director's like take or like made her like kind of act this way to make it seem like she, like, we were unsure that if she was telling the truth. I feel like that was like director's like, what do you call that when you like a cue point, whatever. Yeah, I just felt like it was like a choice that they made, like, let's make her feel, like, make it seem like we're feeling like she doesn't, like, we can't trust if she's telling the truth or not. But yeah, it just seemed so whatever. Okay, so, and Dorothy's like, okay, sure, Mom, like, whatever you say. Cut to Dorothy turning down Raymond's offer to the Bahamas, and Raymond breaks things off, telling her she's a great daughter but a lousy girlfriend. He leaves. Rose and Blanche joins her in the living room, followed by Sophia with her suitcases, luggage, whatever. And Rose is like, oh, you're still here. Sophia tells her, yeah, I guess they're running late, her friends. And Dorothy fusses at Sophia, telling her she's making this all up. And I'm like, Dorothy, at this point, she's committed to the act. So, girl, play along. But then the doorbell rings, and what did you know it? It's Sophia's friend coming to pick her up for their trip to Cancun. Dorothy is duped and gagged and apologizes to her mom, telling her, like, Ma, I thought you were lonely. I thought you were lonely. I thought you needed me. In which Sophia tells her, and I'm going to quote this. Okay, I'm quoting what Sophia tells her after Dorothy just told her this. Here we go. Are you ready? Sophia tells her, quote, I did, and you were there just like always. I love you, pussycat, but I got my own life to live. Adios. End quote. Now let me repeat this, you guys. This is what Sophia tells Dorothy after she said, I thought you were feeling lonely. Sophia tells her, quote, I got my own life to live. End quote. I tell you, when I first heard this line, girl, I damn near fell off my chair. What? What do you mean you have your own life to live? And Dorothy is just as crazy, just smiling, just shaking her head like, oh, that silly mom of mine. Oh, she proved me wrong. Ugh. And I'm like, what? And that's how the episode ends. Girl, I'm telling you, I was just like in disbelief. I just couldn't believe what I heard up to that. On Reddit, Sophia is getting dragged for this episode, but I blame the writers. Okay, I'm looking at you, Winfred Harvey. Like, did we forget it was Dorothy who was helping her mom and not the other way around? Like, what do you mean I have my own life to live? Like, no, girl, it was Dorothy who had her own life to live. She brought you in. If I wrote this episode, if I would have written this episode, I would have made Sophia lie to Dorothy, claiming that she made new friends, but later reveal to the audience that she's been hanging out at the center solo dolo, so Dorothy can enjoy her new relationship without having to worry about her mom. Then eventually have her make new friends, and at the end, it's a win overall for both. We as the audience could see Sophia, at least in this episode, in a different light and appreciate that how such a loving and caring mother that Dorothy claims she is. Because Dorothy's always raving about how caring and loving her mom is, and she just loves her so much. And I'm like, don't get me wrong, there's been episodes when I'm like, oh, Sophia's so sweet and she's so caring, but that's like far in between. Because each episode she's taking shots. And I'm like, damn, Sophia, like, can you give Dorothy a break? Like, it's not even like, and I get it, but like I said, I blame the writers, because it's just like, some of those shots, I'm like, girl, like, ugh. She can be exhausting. Sometimes I can go on and on. Let me not go on and on. But yeah, I would have written that instead. Like, I would have made just Sophia lie and just, kind of put it on the front that she isn't lonely and that she is up and about and doing things. And then the twist being she wasn't. She was just hanging out by herself. But like I said, no. At the end of this episode, it just made it seem like Dorothy, who is just trying to be a supportive daughter, is the one who has egg in her face. It just comes off as Dorothy, like, this is what Dorothy gets for not believing her mom, another failed relationship. Do you know what I mean? It just comes off like as punishment for Dorothy. And I know there's like such a strong, like, I don't want to say punishment, but it's just like, well, this is what you get for not believing your mom. And you just get another failed relationship. Like, that baffles me. It just really, when I tell you, I can just like, And this is why this episode never sees the like the light of day for me. I'm like clapping. I'm just like this is, I have not, it is far in between when I watched this episode. Like I said, I watched it the first time and I was just like, and I heard that line from Sophia. I was like, wait, what? And so I was just like, okay, I'm going to put it away. I ended up rewatching it again because I just forgot about it. And I was just like, what the, like, no, this is, and it's been it irritated me ever since. It really just comes off like, I just can't believe she said, I have my own life to live. I was I was floored. I was like, are you kidding me, Sophia? Like, who? I just can't. Let me just stop. Let me stop right there, you guys, because I can go on. And there you have it, my rant on season 3, episode 20 of Golden Girls, and Ma Makes 3. If you have seen this episode and want to share your thoughts on it, please feel free to leave a comment. If you haven't seen this episode, go watch it, come back, and tell me what you think as well, because I want to hear everyone's opinions. Like I said, Reddit, Sophia's getting dragged, but I'm like, for me, it's the writers and their inconsistency with Sophia, and there's a lot of things come to when you watch the series for so long, you realize some of the writing is just like, it's questionable. But there you have it. If you enjoyed this bonus episode of Mind Over Wonder and you want to hear more stories like these, then be sure to like and subscribe. Have a story suggestion? Feel free to leave in the comments below. This has been Mind Over Wonder, bonus episode, The Golden Girls and Mom Makes 3. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, bye.